Of course, everybody is an EG killer other than Arkosh Gaming, but that's to be expected at this point. What do you think of these lineups?
Yeah, obviously the panel is talking a lot about the Brood, because whenever that hero is in the game, it really demands a lot of attention. I kind of agree, they don't have the best solutions for it. I think Spirit Breaker is one of the best heroes at catching and locking down the Brood, but when it comes to dealing with the Spiderlings and the tower pressure, they don't really have the best solutions here. I don't think Luna does particularly well in lane against Brood when it hits 6, so that's something to be a little bit worried about. However, what Black and Yellow do have is really good team fight, right? They have a lot of stuns, a lot of control, huge AoE damage from Luna and Queen of Pain. So I think if they can weather the storm against the Brood, they could hit a strong mid game. Yeah, gonna have to wait and see about how the lanes go. Mainly weathering the storm in the Brood lane. If they can solve that, I think they have a really good shot.
Have to get past that laning stage. Into the mid to late game, you got Shadow Demon Luna, which we've seen so many times before. I mean, Jubei will be so farmed this game if they're able to pull that off consistently. Just gets all the farm in the jungle, while Rises actually pushes out the lanes in the later stage. But in terms of standing, Cinderin, both of these teams kind of, I mean, Wildcard Gaming are the ones that are doing a little bit better than Black and Yellow, middle of the pack right now. While Black and Yellow bottom 2, but it is still, they still have plenty of time to get back up. But the problem for them is that Wildcard Gaming have had the hardest schedule so far. Like, if you come into this season telling them that the first 3 matchups essentially are going to be against EG, Undying, and Quincy Crew, and you win one of them, I think they take that every single time. That's exactly what's happened here.
Yeah, I think they have a good shot at, getting a top 3 placement based off of that one series win they got earlier, if they can clean house with the rest. So yeah, I agree. It also sounded like the panel thinks Wildcard Gaming should be the favorites just overall. And with that Brood pick, they could be off to a nice 1-game lead here, but we will see if he manages to deliver on that Brood. It's not really a hero I particularly connect with Davai Lama. He's one of the EU players playing in the NA region this season. Primarily was playing support in EU, but is obviously now playing a slightly different style here with Wildcard. So I'm curious to see how well he performs on the Broodmother. It is kind of a specialist hero to an extent. So.
As mid lane, we're going to have High Shaggy on the Queen of Pain versus Esks is Kunkka. What do you think of this matchup overall? Kunkka versus Quab?
Should be Quab favored overall. All right, that's the first blood I was not expecting. Spirit Breaker.
Okay, Cinderin. Yep, Nyx is in a lot of trouble. Oh, the bash onto... Yeah, how do you say that name, Cinderin? We're going to have to talk about this.
I'm going to go with
we have the
Ives or Wives.
Wives? I don't know about that one. Oh, Blink Strike will be safe for now. And
it's called Phantom Strike. That was part of your trivia for today.
Blink Strike is close enough, Cinderin.
Blink Strike is a Ricky ability. You're confusing the audience.
Basically the same, let's be real. Wait, we can talk about Impale versus Earth Spike all day long as well.
Yes,
same
we
ability.
Can. No, it's not.
Same ability.
All right, now that we're paused here...
Actually, that is an interesting trivia, is they both were called Impale. I bet a lot of people don't remember that.
That is correct.
Thank you.
And do you know when
one more question.
Do you know when they switched names?
In Dota 2, actually, right?
When they became different abilities.
You're saying that they were literally the same ability?
They were both point target, or rather, they were both target abilities, and now Impale is ground target only.
I mean, that's basically the same. Let's be real. Same thing.
Yeah, I mean, you miss it anyway, right? So it doesn't matter.
You can recycle all this stuff all you want. I mean, every hero that's come out, we've talked about this before. Past Grimstroke, look at every single hero that has come out, and they all have some ability that like procs off your auto attack or has some auto attack shenanigans. It's amazing how many like these small mechanics that they can recycle into just a million abilities. Next year we'll have the same thing.
So you think the next hero should have a different version of Spin Web then?
Spin Web? Spin Web's boring though. People want to attack people.
What if it was Spin Chocolate?
You know, I was actually thinking about that. I can't believe we're going on tangents this early into the game. That does not bode well for this cast. But
the players could just not pause then. It's not.
That's true. I was thinking that because of the nerfs to taunting, perhaps there's an ability in the future that will allow you to taunt more often. What do you think? Like if it's a low percentage played hero, increase the playability by nerf or by buffing the taunt. I know you're a big fan of that idea.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great.
Yep.
Thank you,
Rendered,
Shannon.
Cinder, and speechless as always. Usually can't stop talking, but that's
Oh,
okay.
that's a great spray on top of the tree there. Actually looks like vandalism.
That's what spray paints are, basically.
That's true.
Dire's turret has been killed.
So mid lane, Esk, he done pretty well. 11-4 versus the 11-2 of High Shaggy. So
Speaking of vandalism, the new EG logo is kind of vandalism toward the old EG logo.
that's true. We've talked about that before many a time. Not a fan at all. I've not gotten used to it. But for Divide Llama Cinderin on this Brood, how good of a start do you need to get off to be able to kind of snowball?
I think the main thing is to get as much experience as possible. I think, to an extent, the Mirana might be taking a little bit too much here. I think Alex's job in this lane is to make sure that Brood doesn't die, and then whenever there's free experience, he should leave the lane entirely. So, such as right now, right? There's 2 creeps that Dalai Lama has access to. I think the Mirana needs to leave completely. And now he's walking away, so that's good. I haven't been paying that close attention to the lanes. They've done this all the time, but you just want Brood to get level 6.
Now, PA is able to Phantom Strike away.
Good.
We'll get
You're
another
learning.
style from Sammy Boy. By the way, I want to talk about Sammy Boy real quick. This is like I know you guys have been casting many weeks before this, but I haven't gotten to talk about it technically. I can't remember the last time I've seen a player go from position 1 to position 5 and be this seamless, you know? Like they've come in as underdogs for sure, but they've had some pretty respectable showing so far. And going from 1 to 5 is not an easy transition at all.
No, it's like you go from having everything to having nothing, right? It's kind of like
Radiant's top tower
you just
is under
lose
Like
your
your
car.
career in a nutshell.
Yeah, you just lose. Yeah. Thank you, Shannon.
Charge on
I even
Sammy
lost
Boy,
my
gets up the brain
happiness.
stab.
I used to be happy, Shannon. I lost that too. Coincidentally, that was when I went from playing mid to support. That's actually
true.
not true.
Your mid was legendary for
That
a
is
brief
not true.
amount of time in the history of Dota.
It was legendary for 2 weeks, but what 2 weeks those were.
Now that Night Stalker play is going to see. All right, Impale is there. Nice charge, keeping Yves in the vicinity. Sammy Boy's going to take the brunt of the damage now from the Spirit Breaker.
Nice. Bash. One more.
Looks like Sammy Boy will live, but they both take heavy damage. This is the 3rd salve they've already had to expend on Yves here.
Yeah, I really like how they're playing this bottom lane with the Spirit Breaker combination, just because. Like
Mid lane, X into Arrow. Quiet, Cinder, and the Torrent's not going to be there though. Sorry, Cinder, for interrupting.
Did he
him.
have Torrent
Very
ready
good.
the whole time and was trying to be cute, or did he just miss time?
I'm not sure. Top
Rises.
lane though,
Let's go back
Rises,
out.
getting chased out.
Now, I was going to say, I really
Who
like
is-
how they're playing the bottom lane. Like, Spirit Breaker Nyx is not a lane you would consider as like a, a standard pressure lane. Oh, Llama.
Oh, Divine, yeah.
He is diving out of there.
Pops the wand. Still 2 charges of Shadow Poison, but like Jubei won't be able to pursue any further.
With
Waiting
2
for
points
another
of
south
spin
here
whip,
in
you
the
have a
top.
lot of regen here, so it's going to be completely fine. But yeah, Spirit Breaker Nyx is the lane that's impressed me the most so far. You're playing this double melee lane, and they're putting a lot of pressure on PA Bane. I wouldn't say they're inherently unfavored by playing this double melee into this, of course. Like, they probably are the stronger lane, but they're really squeezing an advantage out of it as much as they can with the pressure, so that's nice. PAC is obviously still good here against the Spirit Breaker, but as you mentioned, with what they have, they're doing a really good job, in my opinion.
I mean, for the most part, it's a wash for CS between the position 1. So I think.
Dire's
I mean, what side is happier with it being a wash? Like, do you go into this laning stage thinking that Luna's going to have more trouble than PA theoretically?
Not really. Like, Luna's problem in this lane doesn't come until Brood hits 6, but then it's just miserable. So this is when the problem starts occurring. Dalai Lama has hit level 6, minute 6. Luna has to jungle. Like, you just can't lane anymore. And that's the problem, whereas PA can just still maintain her position bottom and still find farm. Luna has to start splitting off here. See, Dalai Lama is already starting to expand his house behind the tower now, cutting the wave. Once the spider army is big enough, he's going to dive and force him to TP.
Already level 6. You can see that Alex is doing a very good job in the jungle. Jubei, obviously, with the Shadow Demon, wanting to get as many stacks. One of the best stacking supports in the entire game. And obviously, Luna, one of the best stacking, killing neutral.
Oh, good
heroes
X-Mark.
in the entire game.
Shaggy's
X
toast.
Into boat. Connects with the arrow from the side. Beautifully done. Ties it up at 1-1.
It's really fun playing Mirana for this lineup. You have both Nightmare and X-Mark. It's just such a joy.
Bot lane, they had the charge into the Impale, into the Mana Burn as well. Sammy Boy's in the vicinity. You guys, looks like he's probably going to die eventually. One more right click from Zero will do it, but TP support's on the way. Ask gets up another X with the Torrent coming. Going to disrupt that ult from the Spirit Breaker, but it's really not going to do that much as Ask is now in a lot of trouble. 3v1. Another strike brings him back into the fray. Double kill for Rises, so that was a huge turnaround as Kunkka definitely regretting his decisions here.
It's basically the dream for Luna to be involved in this when she can't play her safe lane already. The fact that Luna gets... Did she get both kills? Yeah, Luna got both kills. Yeah, that's really, really nice for her. If Rises also gets the tower, I know this is kind of a big statement to make, but I feel like Luna's problem with Brood is almost solved with this 1 minute sequence, right? This means Luna gets up to level 7 with this wave and gets the tower bounty if she gets the last hit on that. And that should be enough to finish Mask of Madness, and then you just go jungle with 3 points in Glaives or 4 points in Aura, whatever you prefer here. So, doesn't get the last hit on the tower, but it's fine. We'll get level 7 and just start rotating in. So, Luna's off to a great start now, given the circumstances. Now the question is, who's going to solve the Brood problem later?
Oh, that Torrent. Juve about to get blown up. Tidebringer from the side.
He dropped the ward. I don't think they saw him animate that.
I think it was a blind Torrent.
I'm not sure how he had vision there, but...
Sammy Boy, Nightmare. All right, this is going to set up the boat. Zero's in the vicinity, though. Yeah,
nice
takes
save.
off the sleep. And, of course, has that bulldoze to get out of dodge pretty easily. Nicely done from him. It's all about stacks now, Cinder. Esk is taking this one in his jungle. Hi, Shaggy. I actually am not going to call him High Shaggy. It's like a double negative, you know? He's always high anyway, so just Shaggy for me. Looks like he's going to try to take out these spiders in tow. Bot lane, though, Sammy Boy gets caught out, so another kill for Rises. And panel was talking about that. If they can get out of the laning stage, perhaps... Well, I shouldn't give the panel credit. You also said this, Cinderin. If they can get out of the laning stage, then they're looking pretty decent.
Yeah, this feels like a game that Luna can destroy in like 15 to 20 minutes, but I think a lot of it is dependent on PA not finding enough success. So I still think Black and Yellow want to find 1 or 2 kills onto the PA. If they're successful with that, I definitely favor them in the later stage of this game. But so far, it's still, like, you got over the hurdle of getting Luna a game, so I think now you just pretend Luna isn't in the game. Like, Luna plays for herself, she farms. They've already stacked plenty for her with Juve. I don't know if he needs to do it anymore. Like, Luna can handle herself. Put pressure elsewhere on the map. Make sure that none of the heroes on the Radiant are really getting what they need.
This is exactly what you're talking about. Vendetta into the Impale. They have TP support coming. Vez still getting chased, but looks like he's going to be just fine. Alex, in the meantime, TPing in is Sammy Boy going to town onto Juve for now. Looks like Nyx will fall. Shag able to get out, though. And now Zero has that bolt. Ooh, gets nightmared mid-charge. Unfortunate for him. And this is 4 members. You have to hope, if you're a Wildcard Gaming fan, that they're able to get this kill. And they do.
Yep. Yeah, so this invasive move from Black and Yellow, I really liked it conceptually, but they were missing some key things. Shadow Demon's level 4, so they don't have the Demonic Purge, they don't have the damage. And I think Nether Strike wasn't ready. So I think it's a little bit optimistic to go for this smoke to begin with when you're missing those many key components. If you want that kill, you need to bring Quap in the smoke. And Shaggy was not really a part of that move the way they were imagining, so they don't find the PA kill, and that's a good defensive move from Wildcard. You're going to see it here. So there's the charge plus Vendetta hit and stun. Nether Strike on cooldown. It's a level 2 Shadow Poison. There's just not enough in the tank. This is where Shaggy needs to blink Sonic, but I think he got interrupted above. He got X-marked up here and gripped, so that's why the play failed. They were actually setting it up well. Very nice Nightmare save there. Did get Shaggy out in the end, though. Or... sorry, not Nightmare save, Disruption save.
Yves right now on the PA, still working towards that Battle Fury. A little bit past the halfway mark for that. So if you can get that by 15 minutes, I think they'll be A-okay with that timing overall, as there is a double damage rune.
Yep.
And looks like S is going to be able to bottle that for himself. But on the other side, Rises has the Dragon Lance, has the Mask of Madness. Is Manta next on the list, Cinderin?
Yeah, I think so. I think Manta's solid here. You could also go... It depends what they want to try to do. He could also go straight Scotty, actually, and just really hit this... Because when you're playing with Shadow Demon, all the stat items are momentous for the hero, right? Because your illusions just get that much tankier. It's not like the Manta stats are terrible, but they're way less value per gold than a Scotty is. So you could even get Scotty Butter and just try to end the game. You do have the lifesteal component, so... And you could disassemble that into Butter, so you can get it relatively quickly. But yeah, I'm curious to see what he quick buys here. I think the default thing to go here is Manta, but I am kind of leaning to Scotty, to be honest. Like, what are you getting the Manta against here? It's not... I guess Brute is going Orchid, but that's not really your problem. All right, Fiend's Grip on...
We have a grip on 0. Looks like that's going to result in an easy kill for Wildcard Gaming. Just a 1K net worth lead, so very even overall.
Little fun fact about Zero, nicknamed after how much health he has.
Wow, that's a good one.
Thank you. I'm really funny, by the way. I was born this way.
Yeah. I know, better than most. Oh, nice disruption. Coming from the torrent there. Mix.
Kind of weird I was born in front of my parents aren't
right?
particularly funny.
Lindgren?
If none of your parents are funny, how do you get funny?
The double negative.
I guess being
Cancel
funny
each
is
other
not
out and then you're
genetic.
Hilarious. No, I don't think so.
My parents are actually kind of funny.
Sammy
All
boy,
right.
Sonic Wave.
Oh, nice Nightmare!
Himself.
Oh! Now he
He's
needs
Moonlight
to
Shadowed right now.
Sweet joke. All right.
Wow, I actually can't believe he lived there. X marks onto Shaggy, but he will be saved by Jubei. This is just buying more time for PA to get that Battle Fury.
Oh, that's
the
not a
Llama
good
gets
bash
caught out, stuck
angle.
inside a cliff.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah, gets Demonic Purge and rises from the side. Looks like they'll be able to clean him up relatively easily, but I'm not sure if Esk wants to continue. He doesn't have both from their 60 seconds, but Arrow does connect with the X marks. They're going to turn this around on Takanka. Gets bashed potentially into the pit. He's going to TP out. He's going to be successful. That is so bad luck. Oh, no. Or oh, yes, depending on your perspective.
Yeah, that's really unlucky. If you think about it, that bash could have bashed him. How is that lucky? It's not about luck, Shannon. He just shouldn't have bashed him, you know? Bash always bashes the same distance. There was no luck there, which is technically correct. So it wasn't unlucky.
He doesn't have the notepad.exe open with bash or decrease of... It's a toggle, pretty much.
I mean, in a way, maybe it's almost a flip, whether he ends on one side or the other.
Yeah, that looked like a 50-50 whether he was going to go through or not.
Honestly, that might be a 50. I don't know if that's the case. But, like, if you land exactly on the middle, I wonder which side it places you on. He's happy about that. Nice replay of the laugh. Yeah.
It's like Rises opted for BKB, so just a recipe away.
That
bad boy. Yeah, Esk is completely surrounded. Sammy Boy gets the grip onto Shaggy. In the meantime, he's going to get blown up as Zero able to disrupt people as he tries to get out. It looks like he's going to be the sacrifice here. So a 2-for-0 double kill. Esk somehow lives with that armlet.
Nice pathing there from Donut to get out of the web problem. I did want to commend him as well on the previous kill where they unfortunately got him bashed into the pit. Donut chose not to use the Vendetta hit on the Brute kill, and he just stayed next to him for like 10 seconds in Invis because he was already planning for the next move in case help was coming in. That was why they even got the opener and Kunkka to begin with. He found that info. So that could have been a really nice bonus.
Sammy Boy's dead.
Oh no, they missed.
I think. Nightmare taken off. All right, Yule's going to save him. Alex comes in as well, gets the Moonlight Shadow off. They have the charge onto Sammy Boy still. Not sure if they have a Dust of the appearance to go with it. Torrent, nicely done. Brain Sap. Getting some HP back. He gets charged though, Alex. Like he's going to be just fine. As Zero, the last second there, but not able to commit.
Okay. I'm shocked nobody died there. That's very... very surprising. In the meantime, Brood is doing Brood things and will get this top tower very low, if not completely destroyed. Might be a deny play here from the Spirit Breaker, but doesn't look to be the case, so Davai Lama will claim it. Orchid into Halberd being the choice. Not sure about the Halberd here, how valuable that is. It's obviously buying utility items on Luna with this lineup, or on Brood, is very good. You have a lot of damage from Kunkka and PA, so you don't have to buy damage items, but I'm not sure if Halberd is the way to go here.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting.
Honestly, I kind of would like Dagon here. I actually think it's not very often I would opt for that as an offlane Brood, but I think this could be a pretty nice Dagon game. Orchid Dagon this, just to, so there's a couple of like value parts about it, right? It's, if you could very easily kill off the Shadow Demon or the Nyx on your own. If you catch them in an Orchid, you can just kill them with your spells alone. You can go Orchid E-Blade. It's a build that some Broods have been going in the past. The Dagon can one-shot Luna Illusions or Shadow Demon Illusions, which could become relevant for like solving split push problems.
Ooh.
Could be interesting.
They didn't have enough vision for Shaggy there. Sonic Wave comes in from the high ground.
Oh, that's a good Torrent.
Connect on two as Rises pops a BKB, focusing on Sammy Boy, but he gets off the Fiend's Grip in the meantime. Ends up being a 1-for-1 support for support. Divine Llama getting charged though. Wrong place, wrong time for him. Double kill for the Nyx. Esk now attempting to run away, but the Nether Strike will bring him back. Yves is here with the Battle Fury. Doesn't really want to commit to a fight without a BKB, of course. It's like Esk will fall as a result, and this might be a domino effect for Wildcard Gaming. Impale is there onto Yves, trying to get off that Phantom Strike. Gets it off successfully into Alex, but just continuing to get pursued here. Nice arrow though. Do they have another follow-up stun, but the creep wave just in time for Yves. Moonlight Shadow to follow. I think it's going to cost Marana his life one way or another, though. They lose 4, does Wildcard Gaming, but at the very least, PA does not die.
Yeah, they made an aggressive move there with 4 players, PA not even being remotely near, and they're doing it into a lineup that's really strong when they're together, right? Like this Luna composition with a lot of stun and save. I think a little bit ill-advised there from Wildcard Gaming. Might have been better to wait slightly longer and hit that timing on the PA before you really make an aggressive maneuver like that as 4. Then just bring the 5th hero or, you know, play for Roshan, which is what your lineup does really well with the zone control. I think a little bit of a misjudgment there. And that's really big. They were starting to get a huge advantage. They were like 3k gold up with a PA, closing in on her timing. And all of a sudden the game is pretty much even. And we're seeing some big items come out on black and yellow. Treads for Queen of Pain.
Wow! Also,
I thought the item timing there was going to be treads. Like, faster than average. Wait, what?
We have the Nightmare into the Torrent, but there's the Orchid applied to the Queen of Pain, but the Disruption's going to save Shaggy for now. Will blink out to safety. Sammy Boy not going to be so lucky. He will be the first to fall in this engagement. And looks like Esk going to be the next, so
it feels
for
like
nothing again. Black and yellow coming back into this game. Perhaps they can go for the old Roshan play now.
Isn't this the same fight again? It's a 4-man invasive maneuver from Wildcard Gaming. They try to go on a hero that gets disrupted, and then they just die, and they don't have enough in the tank. If their initial engage with the Orchid fails, they just get punished really hard. Nice charge from Zero.
Oh, arrow onto Shaggy, who just blinked in. Starts on the follow. Gets off the Sonic Wave. Doesn't have blink for another second. Looks like he's just fine. Getting excited for absolutely no reason.
I love getting excited.
Black and yellow. I don't think they can actually go for Roche now, Cinderin. So a nice defense, all things considered, for Wildcard Gaming. Arrow now onto Rises. I don't know if they have a follow-up here. Trying to kill him from afar. Fiend's Grip after the BKB. Sammy Boy resigned to his own death. But at least they made Rises use his BKB here. By Llama. Does
pressure. If this arrow connects here. Oh. Ooh. Got excited for nothing again.
Now, your typical display of great casting ability.
He died.
Jubei blown up. And Wildcard Gaming go for Roche.
Well, can they do it though is the question. PA doesn't have Deso yet. There's a lot of stalling potential in these Dire heroes with Nyx can go in and stun, you have Spirit Breaker charge, a little bit of poke from Quap, and they do eventually decide to not even try for it, it's too risky, but see, so this charge, that arrow, if that doesn't connect on Shaggy like that, they could have been in a lot of trouble on Divine Llama, but literally blinks into the arrow. If that goes on Zero, it doesn't matter that much, he had the Bulldoze running, but getting that on Shaggy, push him under so much pressure, decent Sonic Wave, but it's not really enough with that 5-second stun first. I guess good thing for Shaggy that he had Sanj Kaya there, right? Or that arrow could have even killed him.
Yeah, that's true.
An extra second and a half there could have made a big difference.
All right, well, now that Yves has the BKB online, obviously, any PA, it's Battle Fury, Deso, BKB, if you want to, in that order. If you feel pretty resigned to be able to farm for a good amount of time, but the fact that he has a BKB means they want to fight, but Sammy Boy's going to get picked off. And now they have to delay even more.
Smoking in full vision here. Just for move speed, just for pressure.
Right. Scream of Pain was there. We have the buyback now to Sammy Boy. With the Impale. Esk gonna get charged as well. Sonic Wave to follow. That's a lot of damage. Pops the BKB with the armlet. He's just fine as a result as Shadow Demon takes a tumble. See how they want to pursue this fight. Arrow connects again on the Shaggy. He's just eating these up left, right, and center. Charge from Zero. Not really going to pursue any further, though. Yules is there. Here comes the boat, but the BKB activate from Rises. They're going to take out Sammy Boy. That is a dieback onto him. Yves not doing a ton of damage, obviously, because only really has the Battle Fury for that right now. But continue to pursue Rises. Phantom strikes in, gets the right clicks. That's going to be enough to take him out. Does have buyback available if they actually want to try to contest this Roach, which inevitably will come. As Shaggy, stuck in, I mean, he's surrounded by a bunch of enemies. Yves is just continuing to go to town. Gets a double kill and will TP out to safety with just a sliver of HP. And Nyx will fall as well. Just a disastrous fight for Black and Yellow. Can they get some consolation kill on the Ask? Looks like absolutely. At least they get him. And now Zero. Oh.
Just narrowly missed that arrow. I think he didn't have Bulldoze running, so that could have been scary.
I'm surprised that nobody's gone for Roach. I mean, obviously, like you said, PA doesn't have the Deso, but I feel like when it was at half HP, they had technically an opportunity to do so.
Yeah, it's very close to it now. After this Ancient camp and 2 more camps should be Deso time. And it's starting to look very comfortable for Wildcard Gaming again now, right? Like, they dropped the ball a little bit, but now they're 5k gold ahead with that PA. They have really good late game potential. Brood is going to complete the Halberd now. Still a little bit uncertain about just how much impact this will have. It can be a really nice item against Spirit Breaker, actually, in the right situation, but obviously have to catch him when Bulldoze is down and when he's being a threat to someone. The primary target being Luna, you catch outside of BKB. So yeah, the reason I'm a little bit uncertain about it is just that it feels like there's plenty of situations where it won't do much. And then there's some situations where it's great. You could have gone for an item that's like more all-round, just useful, right? That will always have good value, but it's going to make it really tank and give status assist, so that's also really nice.
Yeah, Wildcard Gaming are definitely ready to fight, but in the meantime, Rises has an MKB being delivered, so that's going to be a nice response to PA potentially. Sammy Boy, completely destroyed. Eclipse was expended, though.
Yeah, I think he's happy with that.
Gaming have to back up.
He scouted a 5-man rotation, and all they lost was their 5. Now, they're going to smoke immediately after. This move can pay off very big time if Wildcard Gaming aren't ready for it. Do they have a ward ready to go to place here? They could just be caught completely off guard.
They have the vision, though. They get the charge off onto Devi, and the follow-up looks like it's going to be enough to find him at the very least. Boat comes in a little bit late, though. A nice pick off.
Oh!
Oh! Good God.
I love playing Jubei. 5 when I used to play carry. It's so good.
Well, that's Jubei.
Well, at least he's PA, and he has PA on his team this time.
Ask to pop his BKB, and this provides an opportunity for Black and Yellow, especially with the buyback from Jubei, to finally go for Roche.
This is a big one. Good scouting potential, though, with the Spiderling. It's going to keep checking the timing. It will die to the next glaive bounce, though. Nice arrow.
Arrow. Does
bash again.
Breaker. Roshan is beating the crap out of him. He has to expend his disruption just to save a Spirit Breaker here.
Yeah, that's bad news.
Jumps in and blows up Nyx Assassin. There's
is that cleave?
Follow. Another stun this time onto poor old Jubei. That is a dieback for him. So not a great fight for Black and Yellow, but they do find the Kunkka. Now the grip into the right clicks. Double kill for Yves, and that is all she wrote for this fight, I do believe. Shaggy will get out, but this is now Roshan. Finally, this Roshan feels like he's regenerated his life 3 times over this game.
He's dead.
He just died. That is correct.
MKB completed on the
By the way, something I haven't gotten to talk to you in a cast about yet, but do you think that anything has changed from a pro player's perspective with the Aegis showing the timer? Does that matter at all?
Not very much, no. Oh, that was a little bit.
All the way. Gets
Good.
stunned off the bat, but here's Sammy Boy to the rescue. Sleep into the Orchid. Not the greatest layering. The Nightmare will continue to pursue onto Dunhai as Divide Llama finally goes down. And looks like Sammy Boy is going to be next.
A little bit disconnected. I feel like that's kind of naive to just go for this outpost like that. I understand that the enemy Luna is dead, but if you're going to invade that area, bring more heroes and secure it. They get punished quite hard. They're losing 2 heroes, obviously one of them being a core. So I think right now, black and yellow, you push out this top lane as fast as you can, and then you look for a move immediately. Even though you're fighting into an Aegis, it's not going to get much better conditions than this for the next 5 minutes. So you might as well try to get something done. If all they do with this 2 heroes dead is pushing out waves, I feel like it's a little bit of a missed opportunity. But perhaps they're out of smokes, in which case it's a lot harder to pull off the move. They do have a smoke on Shadow Demon. I would have loved to see them already be initiating here on mid right now.
Yeah, Yves has the double damage bottled and has a Skull Basher in his backpack.
Oh, okay.
So
Gonna
he
pop bottle and swap it in.
Is very strong right now.
Yeah.
And Ask, we haven't really talked about too much. BKB Armlet, not a ton of farm
No,
to speak of at all.
definitely not.
They're doing just fine regardless. I mean, Brood can kind of take over the farm department, I suppose, but even the Brood, I wouldn't say is super farmed either. Just Orchid, Halberd.
And he's buying a Lincoln, so he's just buying, you know, keep myself alive items. I guess he might want to put the Lincolns on the PA, in which case it's kind of nice. I wouldn't mind seeing a Solar Crest on one of these heroes to just put on that PA and just amp her up. Oh, they have it on Rana already. Never mind. I'm so happy they bought Solar Crest. I think it's a great item this game. It was very smart to buy it on Rana.
You're doing great.
Thank you. How am I doing? This is my first
You're doing a
cast
good
ever.
job. Yeah, for our first cast ever of this year,
Yeah.
could be better. Could be better, Syndra.
My New Year's resolution for 2022 was to get into casting. Best? He's fine.
Well, you're doing an okay job, I
Thank
guess. 6K net worth lead for Wildcard Gaming. Still have that Aegis for another 2 minutes. Aghanim Scepter online for 0, by the way, for the Spirit Breaker, so feels like a huge quality of life item for that hero in general.
It's very, very good. 7-second cooldown charge. He can always guarantee that he gets it on the PA because he can target BKB. Very short cast point. He's just going to reset and charge. I think the goal in fights here should be for black and yellow. When PA BKB goes off, you just have Spirit Breaker charge her, you have him ulti her, you have him reset out and then charge again. You outlast the BKB and then you Demonic Purge her and kill her with Luna. Something like that is probably the way you want to try to go about it. Of course, that's given that there's no Aegis in play, but as things are going right now, they're going to outlast that no problem. It's expiring in a minute and a half. Doesn't look like Wildcard are trying to use it to go high ground for any more than they just did a little bit at top. So you can just keep it nice and easy here. Just chill out. Shaggy will push out bottom.
Yeah, they can wait for the second. I mean, they take Roche super fast, right? That's one huge benefit
good arrow!
for having a PA. Oh, Alex gets off the nice arrow onto Shaggy. But from behind, Dunhai gets off the stun. The Sonic Wave finishes off Sammy Boy in style. Here comes 0. Looks like he's going to use that Shadow Blade to just get out of dodge.
Pretty sure I could have killed Alex there with an ult and 1 attack, but maybe didn't want to take the risk.
And you're right, 40 seconds now. Don't think they're going to use this for anything other than potentially. I mean, they did get the tier 1 tower bottom finally. As the Llama is going to get disrupted.
Juve's so dead.
But here comes the Orchid, and here comes the right clicks from Yves. That is an easy one. Rises pops the BKB, but he's getting pursued and just destroyed. Double kill for Yves. As Dunhai getting pursued now as well. As S gets off the X marks the spot, into the boat, into the triple kill. They don't even need the Aegis. It's going to expire here pretty soon, but they can go high ground.
You sound like
Oh, the arrow. Oh my god, that arrow.
Yo!
Holy jeez. Torrent to follow. They got a lot of spider babies. Gets orchided. Yules.
Oh, see ya.
All right, gets off the charge. He's just wasting as much time as possible. But looks like he'll inevitably brought down. High ground they go.
Yeah, there's going to be... They need to expend buybacks if they want to hold this lane. And maybe even mid. I'm gonna glyph it for now. Oh, the spider's expired, so now the siege creep will actually die. That's a little bit of a help. Not too much though.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
This PA is gonna keep going to town. Yeah, the Abyssal is going to be completed now as well for how do you say it again? Yves?
Yves? I mean, that's how I'm saying it. So I don't know if you want to take my lead on that one.
I like wives.
Wives?
Why not?
True. Why not mispronounce it? I agree with that sentiment completely. Top crack's completely destroyed. We have tier 3 tower now, but there's a sonic wave. He
That's
does pop
good.
the BKB, but dies shortly after.
Did
So
not
nice
expect
hold
that
here for
burst.
black and yellow. Can they get more though? Divine Llama looks to be fine. With the Moonlight Shadow, all they can get is one, but it is a big one.
Good kill. So now for black and yellow, again, I feel like it's a similar position to earlier. You have a key kill. Even if Spirit Breaker is dead right now, you need to quickly push out mid and look to find an aggressive position so you can go for a punish. The problem is now that the bottom barracks are gone, you have this thorn in your side all the time that you need to take care of. But I think if you just go back to just stable farming right now and don't try to get any collateral out of this PA kill, you're making a mistake. And they are straight pushing bottom. I like to see this. This is very good. Just get whatever out of this you can. You know you're in a bad spot, but when you find that huge kill, it has to pay dividends. Oh, they're going to glyph that tower. Oh, there's not going to be any glyph for high ground. Not that it's likely to happen for a while here for Rises. Just take that.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
What do you think about him building Scotty here? I'm not really sold anymore. I was sold earlier for the sake of getting it to Shadow Demon. I think at this point when you have the MKB, it might have been a wiser choice to get a Satanic so you can stand your ground in fights against PA. I'm afraid he's just going to get, like, 3-shot like this. He pops BKB, he gets jumped by PA, then what? A little bit concerning, I think. And there's a Fiend script that he needs to worry about, too.
Yeah, I mean, the stats are super nice. I guess the stats are great for both, but I'm not sure. I don't think Scotty's a bad purchase.
I think it would have been great earlier in a different game state, right? I was vouching for Scotty as a second item even. But he went a different route with both BKB and MKB. So he bypassed the early, I want to have insanely high stats Luna with Shadow Demon. And now that he went for that, now he's going back for the stats. So I feel like if that was the plan, he should have gone for it earlier.
Right.
Yeah. I don't feel like he got that much value out of the BKB in general. He's still just getting Fiend script and killed, or he's just getting outperformed in fights by PA. So perhaps in hindsight, it wasn't the item to go for. Maybe Scotty Satanic Butter could have been something, or MKB somewhere along the lines.
Yeah, perhaps trying to rely too much on the save from Jubei, who has been being targeted basically every fight, which Wildcard Gaming is doing a great job of focusing, obviously. Yeah, that grip has been brutal. As Rises, like you talked about, pretty close to finishing the Scotty. That's at least some sort of a power spike for them.
Yeah, the game is by no means over. Like, they definitely... Oh, Queen of Pain with the E-Blade could be a value item here as well against PA.
Oh, there's the Nightmare. It's going to be taken off immediately. This blows up the Shadow Demon. Again, Jubei dies at the beginning of the fight. Does have his buyback available, though, if he wants to expend. The boat gonna connect.
Yves is in trouble here.
Gonna fall here. PA dies though to the Eclipse Sonic Wave combination. A huge kill for black and yellow. Cost them 2 buybacks. The question is, can they get more? Last time they could only get the 1. The Divine Llama looks to be the second this time. So double kill for Shaggy. Nicely done from black and yellow.
That's exactly what black and yellow want. Like, PA goes in, pops BKB, they charge. Oh, that's another kill.
Yep,
see you later.
Is super dead. E-Blade being shown here.
I love playing Spirit Breaker against PA for this exact reason. Like, it's a single target hero that really relies on getting something done during that BKB, and he's just stalling out. Look at this. He gets the instant kill onto Shadow Demon here, just Yves, and then 3 seconds of BKB running around, has to go on 0 here, has nobody else to connect on. 0 survives, Nether Strike into charge. Didn't even need to charge. Just died in the ult with Eclipse, Sonic Wave, and the E-Blade. Very, very easy kill for them. PA just is.
And now they're going to get the second Roche, and there's a Shard Cinderin, and I think this is a Spirit Breaker Shard game, 100%. Breaking of PA sounds amazing. Give it to them.
I'm assuming Quap
They already
already.
have Quap and Luna.
Quap bought it already. Next one is, Shadow
They're
Demon.
gonna give it to Jubei. Well, he's holding it.
Shadow Demon one is not too good here either. I think. Yeah, I think you're right. Give it to Breaker here probably.
Radiant's
Why are you
middle
even
tower
questioning?
has fallen.
Because you're generally.
It's gonna be him. Yes.
Because you're you, and that's what makes you you.
Correct, is what you're saying?
Open for interpretation.
Jubei, give it to him. Give it to... Come on, there we go. I mean, he could have given it to anybody other than Spiritbreaker at this point, so this is perfect. There we go. Nether Strike. Once he consumes this, I hope he...
Zero
please
has
consume
never
it.
gotten a shard before. He paused. He's like, how do I use this? Why do I
Lag.
not have
haven't
my
been
shard
able to
ability?
click the shard yet.
It's not working.
So yeah, this will give Nether Strike 200 extra damage, and then it gives you the spell immunity afterwards for 2 seconds, and obviously the break, which lasts for 4 seconds. So they've been killing PA the last couple fights. This will make it way easier.
That's a pretty nice room. There's not much to see in that room.
Yeah, Jubei likes the darkness. He is a Sith Lord.
I believe the flag he has behind himself is a meme for his stream, right? I think I've been told that.
I have no idea. If they win this series, we can make sure that the panel asks him
Oh, he has
that
2 stars
specific
on his
question.
shirt, like OG as well, right? Oh, wait, they have 2 Aegises. It's almost the same.
Yeah,
Thank
very
you for the
much
laugh.
same indeed.
Better luck next sign of your existence.
So Shaggy's, we've already seen the E-Blade. We'll be going for the Shivas next. Zero might be purchasing the shard if he doesn't figure out how to use it in his inventory. But we'll assume that he'll get to that eventually. It will be Satanic next for Rises, by the way, who now has the 25 talent. Went for the 35 Lunar Blessing damage this time around. What do you think the split for that is these days?
Probably largely Lunar Blessing damage. I mean, if he had Ags, he would get the first talent, right? But
Right.
if you don't have Ags, I just don't see enough situations that the first talent is better. So I think you usually go for the Blessing damage.
We can see you in the Roche pit. We see you doing it.
Quiet Tsunami. So PA has the... we've talked about most of the items. Has the finished Abyssal Blade now. And
I was like, finally an NA
he's
cast
gonna go for
without
Lincolns.
Tsunami here, and then they play his voice line. I was like, I was actually having fun. And I still have to
I've
listen
never
to
heard
that
your
guy.
voice line before, Synderen.
It's really, really good. Everybody uses it, and then they get muted. That's why you can't hear it.
It's very rare, right? It's like a legendary.
It was a rare drop in the chest, so...
Yeah.
Trust
rare,
trust
for
me.
people to buy that one.
It's like the cosmically rare one that makes an aura under your hero. My voice line's like that, but trust me, the 5 people that have it, they use it all the time. Because it's that good.
Tower is under attack.
I think I can relate.
Has been killed.
As Esk is working towards a silver edge, so going to be introducing some damage to this build finally. Been mostly used for his CC this game for sure. His catch has been really good. It's a 5-man smoke from Black and Yellow.
Oh, charge!
Charge from Zero. They're going to connect onto...
Oh,
my God. Yves is getting blown up. Pops the BKB and then dies shortly after the Phantom Strike. Does have his buyback, but no BKB if you were to use it. Sammy Boy dies, buys back into the game. Esk looks next on the list. Going to get bashed through that BKB. And that is going to be an easy kill for Black and Yellow. Great initiation from Zero. He has been the disruptor, if you will, on the Spirit Breaker. Just
He has been
in and
Spirit
out
Breaker.
constantly.
Disruptor is another hero. Please don't confuse the audience.
God, I hate you.
Honestly,
I can't say he's been a disruption either, because that's Shadow Demon's ability.
wow, you're
Now we
learning.
go high ground for Black and Yellow.
So this is a nice duel from Alex, but the damage has already been done. Like this Sonic Wave combination with Blink Scream and the E-Blade just blows him up. If Sammy could have somehow been in a slightly better position there and made a clutch Nightmare play onto the PA, that could have been all different, but... Oh, they're just
Sammy
diving
Boy
base.
gets blown up,
Why not?
and Black and Yellow just cleaning people up here, although Jubei does find his way to the grave thanks to Divine Llama, but it's going to cost him his own life. double kill for Shaggy, and we've seen this before so many times. Luna can decimate buildings once that first tower goes down.
Yep. Are they going to
Now
go for
this gets
GG is the
scary.
question. They might just go for it. Yeah.
Yep.
Forcing buybacks.
One
That's
buyback. So they're gonna max have 3 people as PA still has buyback with 20 seconds. See if they can try to delay this a little bit. Nice spike Carapace getting the double stun off essentially. And there's the buyback finally used. And with that, black and yellow look to be retreating for now. Of course, Kunkka up in 10 seconds. So much was expended here for Wildcard Gaming. Black and yellow look primed and ready to reverse this game.
They still have Aegis.
We thought they were going to lose here. Yves jumps in. And that's going to be an easy kill onto Zero. Rises.
Bash.
Oh, he gets bashed mid-TP. It looks like he's probably going to fall here. He's already used his Satanic, so that's just the Aegis.
That is the shortest
I
eclipse
think
I've
he
ever
eclipsed.
seen in my life.
He eclipsed. What in Gaben's horse was that? Looks like he will finally fall, and no buyback for him. 100 seconds on the deck. Shaggy.
You know what?
The BKB after the Lincoln's proc.
I was about to praise Black and Yellow so much for how they played that. They forced the buybacks, they got the racks, and then all they needed to do was find a way to get out. And then there's just so much collateral damage for that. It was a great play. If they could have committed to backing like 3 seconds earlier, that would have been as clean as possible, getting 2 buybacks and a lane. But staying just that little bit longer cost them badly, especially with Zero getting caught. It's like the only hero they can't get caught there, because if anyone else got caught, they could have just been saved by Breaker. But him getting killed first without having the bulldoze running is huge for Wildcard. They're going to turn around and get a lane of racks now. At least.
NA Dota. Woo! The only thing we're missing is Eternal Envy in this game. He's probably played with every single guy on each respective team.
I think Eternal Envy
This game would be 70 minutes if that were
He joins the game in 20 minutes. If neither team has won, he becomes like a wild card, not a player on Team Wildcard, but he plays his own game, and he can win and both other teams lose. Like, what's that role called in Werewolf? The Tanner.
Yeah, the Tanner, yeah.
But
Man,
don't confuse
he is
the
a
audience.
Tanner,
Tanner
isn't
is a
Holy
player
crap.
in the EU DPC. Now you're confusing them again. We don't mean Tanner the
All right.
player, okay?
That is so true, though. Wow, I never thought of that. We should, next time we're at an event and we're allowed to like actually mingle, Cinderin, we should invite Eternal Envy for a game of One Night Werewolf and make sure that we rig the deck so that he gets Tanner and just see what happens. I would pay money to see that. Not that much money, but I would pay something.
Okay, will you
Maybe
pay me
dinner.
for it? Because I want to be paid
No.
to play in that game. So.
No.
Okay.
I mean, you're a terrible friend. You would never do anything for other than money.
But I am a friend.
Compensation. Technically, yeah. All right, so who do you favor now, Cinder? And this game has taken
That's a good question.
few turns now.
I think if we keep this up, I'm probably favoring Eternal Envy. This could easily go for
Does that
another
mean
20.
the server crashes?
He's a 60-minute neutral item. It drops the Book of Envy.
God, every time I don't know why we're talking about Envy so much, but I just remember the game from last year, DPC, where he was playing Wraith King, and the game went 70 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, what a game that was.
One of the most classic Envy games I've ever seen. All right, Rises now has the he's had the Satanic. It's pretty much fully loaded. Is going for Assault Kuros now, but obviously buyback is of the utmost importance. He does have that now.
I don't know if AC is the right choice here. What do you think about Refresher? Second
Basically just for the
BKB,
item.
second Satanic, second Eclipse. I'm a little bit worried that this AC doesn't really solve anything. Like, I know armor is great against PA and all that, but maybe a teammate could get the AC instead, like Spirit Breaker, and then you can go for an item that allows you to do more yourself. For your, I mean, I don't know, a little bit out of the box thinking. I wouldn't even mind seeing an Aeon Disc here, but maybe that's a bit too defensive.
I mean,
It's about surviving the first
you're worried
burst,
about
right? Like, that's
PA
literally what we're looking at here for Luna. It needs to survive the first burst and get her spells off and her items off.
All right, would Evasion not accomplish that? Like,
Butter
we
would
should
also be
put apart
great. Yeah, Butter would be awesome. Actually, yeah, we talked about that earlier, that he should probably get Butter and Scotty together with Shadow Demon, right? I didn't even realize he doesn't have Butterfly. Yeah, I think Butterfly is better than AC. It should be way better EHP at this point. He has 4k health. That evasion is an amazing amount of HP.
And we have a 4-man smoke here from Black and Yellow. As Sammy Boy gonna get Moonlight shadowed. Will Glimmer as well. Not sure if Black and Yellow actually saw any of that, but Sammy Boy seemed to be aware. He's gonna run right into High Shaggy. Pops the Lincolns, arrow connects. And I was not there in time. Is he's gonna get gripped instead, but it's gonna get canceled immediately. Sammy Boy getting pursued now by Shaggy. Sonic Wave still available. Doesn't want to really use it on its support right now, though, as the Lincolns procs again. And Sammy Boy dead for 50 seconds. And we've got to worry about Roche now, soon. So a minute away from respawning. So they will have Sammy Boy back for that potential engagement. I hope we get to 60 minutes.
You would.
I've been wanting to lose my voice for quite a few months now. I'm due.
I feel like what Black and Yellow are doing now is really, really good, right? Like, you found this key kill on Bane, you're going to push in top and mid. It's not like rocket science, but it's very stable and it's solid. I think they need to, at this point, do they have a gem? If they do have a gem, they need to check every single high ground. They don't have a gem, because there is still this Radiant ward overseeing the Roche area, and that's actually pretty damn important that they have that ward. Wildcard Gaming right now. It's a possible way back into this position that they've lost. If that ward gets dewarded, however, there's just this firm grip on the map by Black and Yellow. If you're in an offensive position like that with a Spirit Breaker Ags, you're just so incredibly difficult to engage into. He's charging bot for the extra wave push. A little bit dangerous, actually.
Yeah. All right, he actually committed to AC, by the way, and he does not have buyback. Wow.
And he's queuing up a gem.
gold.
There's 2 Radiant Observer wards right now overseeing this. Wildcard Gaming actually have an angle here. They are smoked. They could jump.
That is some
There's a discount on
testicles on rises, I have to say. PA, though, doesn't have buyback either, but that's more, I mean, is missing some gold, but mostly it's going to be timer related, it looks like.
Oh, I like this trap from Wildcard Gaming. They're just waiting at the Roche pit. Well, they're kind of waiting everywhere, as it seems. A little bit mid, a little
And they're
bit.
scanning. They successfully scanned the PA.
Arrow.
As arrow's coming, will not connect this time, though, as Roshan is available, has the refresher shard.
Oh, there's a good charge onto
There's a
Sammy.
nice charge onto 2, Impale to follow. Sammy Boy is destroyed, buys back in the game immediately.
This is such a favorable position for Black and Yellow with the Spirit Breaker. As long as there's vision, they get every engage freely.
Oh boy. Yeah, the Llama's in a lot of trouble. He tries to TP out.
Oh!
Oh my
Hello!
god, that is not how you do it, but they'll find the
They
kill.
got him!
I can't believe he TP'd there. That's great.
Honestly, it was kind of a cute attempt because his Lincolns was just coming off cooldown to block the Spirit Breaker ult. I really liked that try, but
okay.
yeah, the disruption made that look a little bit dodgy. They still got it done.
Yep, and into the Roche pit, Black and Yellow go. They do have buyback onto the Brood, who will expend it. And we'll see if this changes the plan for Black and Yellow. They're going to go high ground into the enemy triangle.
Oh,
If they have a smoke for Wildcard or not.
10k lead. It's not really about the gold right now, though. It's about the map position and the buybacks. And having those 2 heroes unavailable. I think killing Bane is actually a great entry into the fight for Black and Yellow at this point. All right, 0.
They find Ask. BKB Popeye 0. He's going to get bashed, but there's the Eon Disc procking. Gonna get pursued, but pops that Shadow Blade, but he's in vision now. Nice E-Blade's gonna save him for now, but nope, not gonna be enough. Has to buy back into the game. A gem drops to the deck as well. Sammy Boy dies, so it's a 1-for-1. As Shaggy, in the midst of 3 enemy heroes right now, gonna get bashed up. Another Eon Disc proc, but they're gonna focus on Yves. He's getting extremely low. The boat comes in, but the right clicks are too much to handle from this Luna. 3 dead for Wildcard. They do have many buybacks. The Roche Pit is, in all likelihood, next year.
Yeah, they're effectively 20k gold behind here because both Kunkka and PA have to buy back to stay in the game. But remember, 1 minute ago I said it's not about the gold but about the buybacks. But guess what? If they all buy back, then they don't have the buybacks. So then it's about both.
Wow,
so they're in trouble.
Very eloquent.
Thank you. I went to England school.
England school, good. All right, Hurricane Pike has been built now for Rises, who doesn't have to worry about buyback since he will have the Aegis. And Refresher Shard, I assume, for Shaggy, indeed. So he's going to have double BKB double Eon disc, actually. Not something to scoff at either.
What do you think about triple? He now has the orb and the shard. And
my.
they have Refresher Orb on Spirit Breaker of all heroes.
Dire's courier.
I think that might be the first time
Goodness.
I've ever seen it. Never mind, they don't have it. His courier died, but he bought it. Excuse me.
Wow. That is an incredible display of skill as Rises. Very healthy with that Aegis now. Buyback onto the PA.
Arrow.
Arrow connects, but there's a disruption.
These illusions
This is where
are
it gets
nasty.
really scary. Yeah. Pretty much just focus on whatever he wants as the Ancient is now exposed. There's Zero jumping in. Buyback onto the Kunkka. Sonic Wave.
Great
almost enough
Sonic.
to finish off Divine Llama, and Zero does the job just fine. But that is the Aegis down. Vivez jumps in. BKB is now down. Gets off the Stifling Daggers while just going to focus on buildings here, but a nice disarm from that Halberd. Rises, getting focused, pops the BKB, but there Yves drops to half HP pretty much immediately. And Rises trying to 1v1 him and will do so successfully. Double kill, triple for Rises. And GG's to Black and Yellow, who take this game in very entertaining fashion.